Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So last week we touched on red flags in customer service, but this week I want us to flip the script and touch on green flags in customer service. You know, those signs that make you know that a company or franchise really values you as a customer and is worth your loyalty. Because if you think about it, great customer service isn't necessarily about fancy systems or free perks. It's all about the human touch and the consistent effort. And just like the red flags, green flags can be spotted anywhere around the world globally. So let's get right into our green flags for this week. The first on my list would be respectful and attentive communication. Guys, communication is just one of the most important ways human beings are able to operate. Human beings are able to come into alignment, have understanding, comprehension. So when you come across a company or franchise that is good at effective communication, then know that that is a green sign. Because if you have any company that stresses you just to communicate, you know, it takes out the whole experience, it reduces the quality that they are serving, the quality at which their service is being rendered. So when you're able to reach out to a company via WhatsApp, email, text, and you get a quick and fast response, that is such a green flag. When you are able to communicate effectively, clearly, state what you need to do, reply your messages, reply the questions you ask, read your messages to understand before replying, that's a big green flag. The next green flag on my list would be ownership and accountability. If you come across any company who is taking ownership of any wrong, change in operation, you know, rescheduling, missed appointments, that's such a huge red flag. Because if you think about it, there are a large number of companies, franchise that do not operate in this ownership or accountability. When they're in the wrong, they are quick to apologize or readjust things the way they are meant to be, because we have to face the fact that there are human errors, there are times where it's not necessarily the fault of the company, but the way they handle it speaks volume as to how your service is being rendered and how you're valued as a customer. For example, Singapore Airways or Singapore Airlines are globally known for being able to offer immediate solutions, be it upgrading your ticket, rescheduling, you know, whatever it is, they are known for giving you immediate solutions. And that's what customer service, or that's how a company should operate, where when something happens, you are quick to be updated. You know, should something change, they are able to take accountability and ownership. And that's the way we can do better, or that's the way companies and franchise can do better. For example, they complain about maybe the taste of food, you know, the taste of the water. It could be just anything. So long they're willing to be accountable and take ownership, that is how companies are able to do better, because they are listening to what the customers are saying and try to improve to be able to meet up to the standards that the customers expect from them. When a company is able to take ownership and acknowledges the problem, it makes you feel like they are on your side, and that's just such a great way to build trust between a company and a customer. The next would be open and easy communication, which takes me back to that effective communication. They work hand in hand, where you can easily reach them, where you are free, you are allowed to share your concerns, your worries, and for them to be able to clear your doubts. Because that's also something I find missing in certain companies and franchise, in a way that you as a customer, you're not necessarily given that free space to be able to ask questions. If you're having any doubt, to be able to express them without feeling like, oh, maybe you're asking too many questions or something. You know, being able to listen to you, know that perhaps you're not fully invested in them, or you're not trusting them 100%, for them to be able to clear your doubt and be able to help build that trust and make you feel at peace, that be rest assured, we are for you and we're going to take care of you. In this open communication, luxury hotels around Europe, they always update their guests in real time should any change happen. So should any rescheduling happen, any change, they are quick to let you know what's happening or what's going on, instead of you asking, you being the one to ask, oh, what happened, before they're telling you, oh, you know, something happened and this couldn't be done, So it leaves you as a customer feeling like, so why wasn't I told? You know, it makes you feel like you're an afterthought, or there's no respect, or they don't really value you, or they don't take you seriously. The next green flag on my list would be consistency. Guys, consistency is one of the most beautiful things you could ever experience, knowing that if you go to this company, you will always get that great service. Whether you talk to staff A, you relate with staff B, whether you relate with the manager, you relate with the cleaner, you know, it's all around. Imagine when you enter all those 5-star hotels where from the moment you enter, the security outside is trying to open doors for you, collecting your bag, everyone is smiling at you, everyone is telling you welcome, you know, you feel at ease, you almost feel like you're at home. Why? Because of that consistency. You meet the cleaner at the lobby, you are received with a smile, you know, how are you, they are checking in with you. There are some hotels in Cyprus, not Cyprus, that when you visit and you're staying there, they take out time to call you direct to your room just to ask you how your stay is going, if you need anything, if you have any complaints. Sometimes you can be walking around the hotel and the staff can just walk up to you and ask you how you're doing, if you're enjoying your stay, if everything is going on, you know. So things like this is what helps make customers feel more comfortable when there's consistency around the staff, from the cleaners to the receptionists to the managers to every part of the company, because all of them form one body. So when there's consistency round through the company, that's such a green flag. That's a sign that you're with the right company. The next green flag on my list would be feedback is taken seriously. Guys, there is no way you can grow without receiving feedback. If I'm not getting feedback, there's no way I can know that, okay, this is better, that is better, okay, maybe reduce this, do more of this, you know, just like that. Without feedback, you're not able to tell where customers are lacking or where customers are being frustrated. Take Amazon for example. In as much as there are some people who do not really like Amazon is one company that is always out there looking for feedback, trying to improve based on the customer's experience, their ratings, their reviews. You know, that is how companies and franchise grow. So when you find any company that is willing to take feedback and willing to adjust, just know that you found a green flag. You know, for example, let's say a chef cooks a food for you, a meal for you, and serves you, and after a while they reach out to you to ask you, oh, did you enjoy the food? Did you enjoy your stay? Did everything go fine? Did you get to your hotel? For example, just different variations. That shows that they are for you. You know, they are invested in you and they are taking out their time to make sure that you as a customer is very much okay and very comfortable with whatever service they are offering you. Let's say for example you complain, your complaint is taken into consideration, and probably the next time you guys have one or two to do with each other, or the next step of your operation, realize that there's been a change. Why? Because they've taken feedback and they are able to tell how to adjust to maybe meet your preference. Because it's also important to know that we as customers are very, very different. Customer A and customer B are two different individuals, and what works with customer A might not work with customer B. So if you have any company that is really invested in getting feedback from you, that's such a huge green flag. The next green flag on my list would be transparency and honesty. When you're working with any company and they are being transparent and open with you, whatever goes on, they let you know. If there's cancellation, immediately they update you. Should anything go wrong or right, you're being updated. You know, it's just such a freeing and relaxing feeling for the customer, because you know that, you know what, I can even go about my day. I know that these people have me in mind, and their priority is all about making me feel comfortable and satisfied in whatever services they are rendering to me. Transparency is one of the most important qualities any company or franchise can have, because you know that there's nothing hidden, there's nothing being maliciously done, there's nothing that maybe it's not a situation where they will tell you A and then when you go you see B or even C sometimes. You know, transparency is just one of the most beautiful things that a customer can experience and makes a customer feel at ease and at peace with the company. So when you find any company that is transparent with you, if you're able, let's say for example they are trying to book something for you, you go to their website, it's the same price, just as they are telling you, you know, if there's change in price, or maybe you paid too much, or perhaps you paid a certain amount and something happened for whatever reason, and the amount you paid was overpaid or too much, they're able to refund or let you know that, you know, this happened, that happened. You know, transparency is just one beautiful way to let a customer know that, you know, we are here for you and you are a priority. You know, we want what is best for you. We are not here to rip you off, or we are not here to cheat you. And that just makes every transaction super easy, super seamless, because both the business side, they are working towards making the customer satisfied, and the customer is also at ease and not, you know, also creating problems for the company. Because so both ways or both parties is just a win-win, and everyone has their peace of mind, everyone has trust, and everyone believes that what was promised will be what will be delivered, or what was said will be done will be what will be done. But in essence, guys, all I'm trying to say is, just as the red flags, the green flags are things we experience globally, and we need more of great customer services. So in case you're out there, not in case, because every human being on planet Earth gets to deal with a company, if there's something that makes you a customer, you're always a customer one way or the other. So for you to make life easier for you, you know, for you to be able to operate with companies that are worth your loyalty, and companies that you can trust in them, that they will deliver 100% what they are claiming, or whatever their goal is, or whatever the product says it will do, that is what it will do, you know. So yeah, it's just such a beautiful experience, and there are ways that we can tell, so that we are not always left with experiencing the bad part of the customer service. I understand that sometimes it's unavoidable, because at the end of the day we are human beings, but just be able to help you be more at peace in how you operate, being able to fish out what's for you, or what company will stress you, what company will make you feel at ease without overthinking, without, you know, suspecting at any point you're like, oh, maybe they are trying to cheat me, or I have to be very, very invested, if not someone is going to rip me off, you know. Great customer service is just really, really beautiful, and these are signs that could help you be able to avoid companies that are out there to scam you, or to under deliver, to make you feel undervalued and are not worth your loyalty. Because a great customer service is all about the human touch, as I said, consistent effort, open communication, effective communication, transparency, being able to receive feedback, because it's not just about receiving feedback, being able to receive feedback and then working on it. Because sometimes you can also share your feedback with a company, and that even makes the whole situation even worse. But yeah, as customers, spotting these signs can help you know who deserves your loyalty. So guys, I just thought to touch on green flags, red flags on customer service, and feel free to let me know in the comment section, or let us know in the comment section some of the great customer service you've experienced. For me, honestly, I'm just such a huge cheerleader for Cyprus hotels and resorts. Like the hospitality, you know, the comfort, you know, they literally make you feel at home, at ease, like we are here for you, your needs are a priority, you're 100% at the top of our list, regardless how many guests are there, you know. So yeah, some green flags just make you feel, you know, super welcomed, happy. Sometimes even when you're not in the good mood, when you experience, or when you walk into, for example, let's say all this 5-star hotel, I keep using 5-star hotel for example, I'm not saying necessarily 5-star hotel, for example, all these hotels or places you enter, and immediately you enter, you're greeted with a smile, someone is willing to assist you, someone is willing to make life just easy for you, you know. It's just such a beautiful feeling. But anyways guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to like this video if you haven't, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, share with your loved ones. Don't forget to share your experience with me in the comment section. I'll be watching out or looking out for your comments. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.